welcome back to my channel. I am very excited because today I'm going to be talking all about skin. So a lot of you may know that my skin journey has not been easy by any means. I am on Accutane for the third time right now. It has just been it's been awful. My skin absolutely hates me. I have really bad go away. I have really bad genes. My uncle, he used to have acne so bad that he would have to get shots in his face. So lucky it's never been that extreme for me, but Accutane is very aggressive and the side effects are pretty harsh as well. So it's just, my skin is another story. For all of you acne sufferers out there, I'm going to give you a little bit of my expertise, some of my knowledge, give you a little bit of advice to try to help you calm your breakouts, prevent breakouts, tell you what products have worked for me in the past. So let's get started. On top of being acne prone, I am very dry. I did not used to be this way. I actually used to be sort of combination skin. I would only get oily in my T-zone, but after being on Accutane for so long, everything is dry. So I'm going to go in the order that I do all my products, and we're going to start in the daytime. So when I wake up in the morning, first thing I do is I cleanse my skin. So this little guy right here has just been my ride or die for about 2 years now. So the very first time I used this, I was just blown away by how clean my skin felt. I've always been pretty religious about my skincare. I've always cleansed twice a day. I have actually not missed a morning or night since I was like 13. This has just changed my world. It's a pretty penny, I'm not gonna lie, but it is totally worth it. Like I said, my skin, once I use it for the first time, has just, I remember still, like, it has never felt that clean. And once you start using this, like, you can't go back. The heads you change out every 3 months. I've just got the Radiance head on right now. So how this works, you just press this little button and it vibrates for a minute. It just vibrates back and forth like this, and what that does is you just move it around your skin, and this motion really brings everything up and out of your skin. So it cleans, I think, something crazy like 5 times better than normal cleansing. So this is something I definitely recommend. To cleanse my skin, I just use this purity cleanser. I'm almost out, obviously. But yeah, this is just what I use. It's not a harsh cleanser by any means, which is good. I don't really want a harsh cleanser just because I am very aggressive with other products on my skin, and too many harsh products can actually make you break out even more. They can cause a lot of blackheads, and I'm not about that business, girl. So I just use this twice a day, morning and night, and I love it. It does such a good job of removing makeup and just making my skin feel nice and clean, paired with the Clarisonic, of course. And I also use this to clean my brushes. Since I'm so acne prone, I don't like to use a lot of brush cleansers just because they have either, one, made me break out in the past, or two, I'm afraid they're going to make me break out. So I just use this because I know it's safe. This has never caused me any breakout issues at all. So this is #1 in my book as far as cleansers go. So in the morning, after I cleanse, I go in with this Mario Badescu Anti-Acne Serum next. This little guy has won my heart. I was very skeptical when I first tried this. I was like, you know, I have never used Mario Badescu before. I don't know how this is going to work for me. What if it breaks me out even more? I'm always really skeptical about trying new products because of that fear. So it claims to minimize the frequency and severity of breakouts. Yes, I have to agree with that. And it also says thyme extract incorporates antibacterial and antiseptic properties. True. While salicylic acid helps to dissolve dead skin cells and reduce pore clogging, debris, improving the clarity and texture of the skin, blah. So salicylic acid, think of that as like a chemical exfoliator. It works to get rid of all the dead skin on top of the skin, which makes it ideal for us acne sufferers, because once it gets rid of the dead skin that's on top of any breakouts you may have, once it's exfoliated and gone, then the thyme is going to go down into your breakouts. It's going to help clean everything out, sanitize in a way. That way it kind of speeds the process of the breakout healing up. So I really like this. And paired with that, I use the buffering lotion by Mario Badescu. I don't use this all over my face because it does have quite a bit of alcohol in it. Be very aware of that if you decide to try this. The first time I used it, I was blown away by how strong it was. Like I said, I don't use this all over my face just because it does kind of dry me out a bit if I do. But if I have, like, I don't know, another planet growing on my cheek or something, then I will just take a little bit of this on my fingers and then just kind of pat and rub over the affected areas, and that really helps to speed up that healing process even more. Another thing that I really love about this is it is great for those ginormous under the skin, almost cystic acne pimples. That's what I am prone to, guys. Like, if any of you all know me, like I said, you know my struggle. But this has really, really helped with that. Okay, so once I am done with those, I kind of wave my face, kind of let it dry a bit, and then I will just go in with my toner. I cannot stress how important toner is. The purpose of a toner is to help soothe the skin and help the pores close so that all of this business does not escape. Like I said, this is the order that I do everything. I cleanse, I go in with both of my acne products, and I close my pores so that nothing escapes, so it is deep down in my skin all day and it helps to fight off those breakouts. I just go in with my clinical care toner. This is just the toner that I got when I was in school. I don't really have anything bad to say about it. Just give that a good spritz all over my skin. I kind of wave that, let that dry a little bit. And then I go in with my moisturizer. Right now I am using CeraVe, and this has just saved my skin's life. This is such a good moisturizer. Before I was using Vanicream, which looks like this, and it was great, but it's not as creamy as this one is. It's not as rich or buttery, and I have just fallen in love with this. You can just get this at Walgreens, Walmart, CVS. I'm pretty sure basically any drugstore sells this. I think it's maybe $15, $16. I love this stuff so much. Never gonna stop using this. So I go in with this guy, and then sometimes I'll mix, sometimes I'll do the steps separate. It doesn't really matter which one you do, honestly. But before I step out into the daylight, I will go in with my sunscreen. It's called Sun Shield, and it's SPF 30. Okay, so that basically sums up what I do in the daytime. So I usually come home with my makeup all done, and I'm ready to just take all of it off. So I go in with my matte cleanse off oil. This stuff is amazing. I was very, very skeptical because I don't really like oily makeup removers for whatever reason. I don't know. I would rather use them in my skincare routine, but mixing them with makeup just, I don't know. I don't like the thought of that. But I forced myself to try this, and I actually really, really like it. It doesn't break me out or anything, and it just removes my makeup so fast, like almost faster than a makeup wipe does. So this is one my heart and soul, and just one pump will remove everything. I will take my makeup off with this, and then I will just go in with my Purity Cleanser, my Clarisonic again. And then if it's an exfoliation day, I will exfoliate my skin. Since I'm dry, I only exfoliate once a week, sometimes twice a week if I'm just have like a lot of flaky dead skin that just needs to be gone. I'll spot exfoliate, but once a week is about it for me. And I will go in with my organic sugar cane as an exfoliator. You can get this from Walmart for like $5. I'm not even kidding. Like, this is everything. So yeah, I will go in with this, and I will exfoliate and cleanse in the shower at nighttime, and I will exfoliate on the days that I wash my hair. So I make sure those days line up so I don't get any sugar in my scalp or anything. So, since I am an esthetician, I can get my hands on some pharmaceutical graded products, including this chemical peel right here. So once a week, I will go in with this chemical peel. It's just by Clinical Care, my school's brand that we use, but I mean, I love this stuff so much. It's called Tune Way Up 33% glycolic acid, and it works wonders on my skin. This is the strongest one that they sell. It's $100 for this little bottle right here, but I've had this for like 5 months now. June, July, August, September, October, November. No, I've had it for 6 months. I've had this ever since I graduated, and that is as much as I've used. And I use it once a week, so a little bit will go a long way. And I will leave this on for 3 minutes. After that 3 minutes is up, I will go in and neutralize it with water. So the reason why I love chemical peel so much is because they do so many great things for the skin. So for us acne prone people, it will help to clear all that out a lot faster, and it will help the cell turnover rate, which is basically new skin under your old skin trying to come to the surface. So the new skin that's forming, this will get rid of the dead skin on top and help that cell turnover rate become faster, and it'll help the new skin just come to the surface a lot quicker, and it's going to help clear all that breakoutage a lot faster as well. It's also great for fine lines, wrinkles, freckles, anything of that sort. I'll use this once a week for a series of 6 weeks, and then I'll let my skin get a little break for a couple of weeks, and then I'll just go right back into the series. Another thing, I do not exfoliate and use my chemical peel in the same day. Never, ever, ever, ever do that. Just in case y'all get your hands on one. No, don't ever do that. It's going to be a real bad situation real fast. That can be too aggressive on your skin, and you could remove too much of that skin that's supposed to be there on top. This just removes just enough by itself. If you were to be extra aggressive, I mean, you might be red the next day. All over. Don't do it. So on my chemical peel days, I will let my skin kind of breathe for maybe 30 minutes once I am done with this. And then once it's kind of settled, after that 30 minutes or so, I will go in with my most favorite mask of all time, y'all. This is a Nurturing Berry Gel Mask by Ole Heinrichsen, and it does wonderful magical things for the skin. I can honest to God say that I have never ever had a mask be this hydrating on me. So you leave it on, apply a thick layer to clean, dry skin on face and neck, and leave on for 20 minutes. Now, before I was on Accutane, I would leave this on for 20 minutes because that's all my skin needed. Now my skin needs a lot more hydration. So I will leave this on for like 40-45 minutes, and my skin it just loves it. And I will use this about twice a week just because my skin loves it so much and I need that extra boost of hydration. I'll let that sit for 45 minutes, rinse it off with warm water, and my skin just feels so much more plump and supple and just hydrated. And when I go in to apply my moisturizer after I use that mask, it takes a minute for it to all absorb, because usually if I don't use this and I go in with my moisturizer, it just sucks everything up because it's so dry. It's like, I'm so thirsty. It takes a lot longer for me to blend in my moisturizer because there's just so much hydration there. The morning after I use this, I will actually wake up and see like my pore excreting just a little bit of oil, which is weird because that never happens for me. So this is definitely favorite mask of all time. So after my mask, I will go in with this bad boy. This is the Drunk Elephant Glycolic Night Serum. This I have no bad things to say about. It has lasted me for forever. This little bottle, I mean, you can see it with the size of my hand. It's a pretty small bottle. It's $90. I feel like so pushy saying that I bought a $90 serum, but I take my skincare so seriously, and I honestly think it's worth every penny. So I will go in with this just about every night except for the nights that I go in with my chemical peel. Because like I said before, I don't want too many harsh products on my skin at once because that can kind of irritate the skin a little bit and make it break out. And that's the opposite of what I want to do. This has got glycolic acid in it. It's an AHA. AHAs are chemical exfoliators. They're a little bit stronger than BHAs, which is in this guy. Salicylic acid is a BHA, by the way. But that is why I use this in the daytime. It is not as strong as this one, and the skin heals itself at night, so I want to be extra aggressive at nighttime. So that is why I go in with this. Seriously, like one pump is all you need for the entire face. It goes on and it slightly burns just a little bit. That's why I kind of compare it to a chem peel so much, is because it feels like one. It's not as intense whatsoever, and it doesn't bother me, but I definitely have to sit here and be like, whew, okay. And you don't rinse it off. That's another difference between this and the chem peel. So once I go in with this, it'll calm down, and then once it calms, I will go in with my same toner, and I will go in with my CeraVe moisturizer again. So another thing I want to talk about, and is a part of skincare, but not really. So this is called the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. I just recently purchased this. I've used it for maybe 4 or 5 days now. Guys, I love it. So I figured I would give this a try just because it's supposed to help lock in moisture to the lips and help them feel a little bit more plump. Since, I mean, everything is so dry on me right now, I was like, hey, you know, why not? I can use all the moisture and hydration I can get. So I bought this. It's $20 for this little thing. Like at first I was like, oh my god, I'm paying $20 for this little tiny tub right here, but look how much you get. I've used this for 4 or 5 days and that's all I've used. And it also comes with a little spatula. Let me find it. And it also comes with this little spatula right here, which I think is so cute. A little tiny bit will go such a long way with this stuff. So I think it's going to last me a while. I mean, it's got 0.70 ounces. So I feel like I'm going to have this for a while. So I don't think $20 was too terrible. And I saw and felt a difference the very first time I used it. And it was just after a couple hours too. So you leave this on the whole night while you go to bed. But like the first couple hours I had it on, I was up watching Stranger Things. I'm terrible, I know. But I was watching that, and then I have a habit of rubbing my lips together because I always have chapstick on, and I like the way it feels, I guess. I don't know. It's just a habit. But I was rubbing my lips together and I was like, oh my gosh, like, why do they feel bigger all of a sudden? And I was like, holy crap, like I use this mask. So it really does help to plump them up and help them feel more hydrated and moisturized. And when I wake up the next morning, like usually the first thing I do is just rub chapstick all over because I'm a mouth sleeper. I breathe through my mouth when I sleep. So, I mean, usually I'm just very, very dry when I wake up. And I did need to put chapstick on. I was like, wow, this is weird. This is really different. I really, really have been loving this stuff so far. One last thing I want to talk about. It's really not skincare at all. This is a makeup product that I have been loving in the wintertime especially. This is my Josie Maran Vibrancy Foundation. I used this a long time ago, like at the beginning of the year, and then I just quit when I got my job at MAC. I have just gone back to this just because my skin is so extremely dry right now, especially with this wintertime coming. The heat really dries it out, so just going outside with the cold, yada yada yada. It's got argan oil in it, which is just so good for the skin. I love it. And it gives a true dewy finish. By the way, I did take my YSL foundation back to Sephora and exchanged it out for this because I did not like it. It was not dewy enough for me. So I'm just going to show you on the back of my hand what kind of a finish it gives. So you can see my hand right now, what it looks like. I'm just going to take just a little bit with a brush. I'm going to take a brush just to blend that out. Now that I'm done, I'm going to show you what that looks like. You guys, like, I don't know if you can see. There we go. I'm sure you can see how luminous my skin on my hand looks now. That is what it does all over my face. I'm in love with it. This is the kind of finish I was looking for when I tried the YSL foundation. So I'm so glad I have ventured back to one of my favorite foundations of all time. Okay, y'all, that is it for this video. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, or if there are any other products that you think that I need to try that I haven't yet. Please, please, please comment. I am always venturing, always exploring the skincare world. I am in love with my profession so much. I love makeup, but I think I love skincare. I don't know if it's a little bit more, but they're like neck and neck. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all soon. Mwah!